Hey guys, my name's Law Romans and I'm a motivational speaker, and I want to talk to you guys about what it means to be a light worker and how to become a light worker. Now, I'm not saying a light worker means like pick up things that aren't heavy, like that kind of light. Light means as in a spiritual light, a light that is able to shine for other people's darkness so that they can choose if they want to also become a light worker. For me, that took a very long time to actually learn how to do it. I'm still pretty new at it because I started with a woman named Kedma, and she's a small town business hero, and she helped me come out of this place of, when anyone says, hey, can I help you? I always say like, oh, just share my story. There's a difference between inspiring and motivating. If you want to inspire someone, you tell them your story. If you want to motivate someone, you tell them key things that they can do in their life that they could possibly make a change for themselves. Now, my light working meant that many of you guys who know my story is that I'm really young and I have really rare terminal disease, idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, and dermatomyositis. Now, it means that the stages that you go in, you get worse, things become harder and harder to do. Now, that part I thought I had to hold on to. But it actually wasn't that kind of way. I always thought that I ended up like this so I could talk to others, that God made me like this. Now, that part is true, but also the thing about being a light worker, step one is you have to actually detach yourself from your personal feelings when you're talking to someone together, or when people are depressed or have suicidal thoughts. Put it together with another person that has suicidal thoughts, and I'm taking this from experience because I also had those thoughts and tried to act it out before. Thank God I'm not in that area anymore. But when you go to talk to a person in a dark place, they also have to realize that it takes hard work to get out of that dark place. Some people like to stay in that area of their life because they find comfort in it. They find that they can blame people and use excuses of why they ended up like this. Now, both of my parents took drugs, and I went through abuse all the way until I was like 18. And I would always be angry because I would think or try to process why, how could someone think that that was okay to do or say. Now, what I didn't realize is that I was holding on to that and giving them power. If you really want to change your life, the easiest thing to do is to know that where you are in your situation, you control your ideas and your mindset. But to hold a grudge on someone that is no longer with you or no longer controls you, meaning that you're giving power to that and you're feeding into the darkness. The darkness is a place of depression, worry, anger, sadness. Now, all those are human feelings, and I totally understand that. In human feelings, you're able to express how you feel. But being a light worker, you don't live in that place. Because if you live in that place, that becomes they made me like this. I'm angry because they did this. You control your life. From this moment on, in this second, you choose how to react. Do you find the positive or the negative? What I want to do is I want to give you an easier explanation. Darkness is a prison cell, metaphorically. And you're in there And what happens when a prison cell is dark? You can't see anything around you. When that happens, you get anger is a metaphorical chain. It's a heaviness, okay? So the more anger you have to problems that you can't fix, that you can't move forward in, keep adding a chain onto your back. Every single time you blame someone for your condition or your problem, add another chain. You'll find out very soon, metaphorically, those chains are holding you down. Those chains are trying to make sure that you never rise above where you're at. In my circumstances, being a light worker, pretty much beginner of it, what I'm doing is, I'm not saying that follow exactly what I did and you'll never get angry, because that's a lie. You're gonna get angry. It's a human emotion. What I am saying though is, be the light for someone else's darkness. I love superheroes because they go out against the odds and they save the day and they save the people, okay? A friend, Kedma, told me that you have to be your own superhero, because most of the problems we have, our solution to our problems, we already know, but we don't see it. So being a light worker, you are only trying to brighten your light for someone else so that they might see that the answer to their problem was right next to them this entire time. And that's the key to being a light worker. And how to do it, like I said, is live in today. Live in this moment. Be grateful for what you have. And to know that even if you feel like you are the worst case in the world, there's always going to be someone in an even more worst case than you are. So one day, whenever it does happen, I leave behind a legacy so that when I am gone, people can remember not a person with end stage lung disease, but remember a person who faced the odds. And it comes down to, I give it all up to God. So thank you for listening.